All right, good afternoon and welcome to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101. I am your host, Kathya Davis. And of course, today is September 20 and we are now in the penultimate day. That's what they call it, right? So the day before the last day, yeah, man. Yeah, man. The day before we end the World Championships over there in Tokyo, Japan. We're gonna go to Tokyo, Japan, a little later on in the show. So you want to stick and stay for that. But in the meantime, we're gonna be, of course, starting our show with some football, and then we're gonna take a special interview with the Jamaica Badminton Academy, where they get a chance to talk about the Shuffle Showdown. Shuttle Showdown. So yes, it's a very interesting show that I have lined up for you today. So it's I mean football is on, I think, in everything, because we have schoolboy football on, we have English Premier League on, and of course the Champions League also started this week. So let me see how best I can get you with the roundup of all the football that took place this week. Of course, we will put some more emphasis on schoolboy football when it gets to the second round, because there are just so many games that are played in the first round. It's just a lot. It's just a lot to keep you updated. But yeah, you, I'll try my best. I'll try my best to keep you updated as best as possible. But of course, we are gonna start with what is going on. Okay, there we go. We're gonna start with what is going on in the English Premier League. Yeah, let's start there. Let's start there. I think that's a good place for us to start today. Getting the results from the English Premier League. And boy, I really dread to give an update on the English Premier League today, but a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. All right. And if you know what the score line is now, you'll be like, yeah, nobody wants to give those results. All right, so let's take it back. Let's take it back to just about a week ago. So let's take it back to last week's results. For the English Premier League, Arsenal, they would have defeated Nottingham Forest 3-love. Fulham, they defeated Leeds 1-love. Crystal Palace and Sunderland, they played 2-0 all draw. Bournemouth, they defeated Brighton 2-1. Newcastle defeated Wolves 1-love. Everton and Aston Villa, they played 2-0 all draw. Tottenham, they defeated 10 men West Ham 3-love. Brentford and Chelsea, they played 2-2 all draw. Liverpool, they were 1-love winners over 10 men Burnley. And Manchester City destroyed Manchester United 3-love. I'm gonna be careful because I'm gonna get in trouble. All right, let's go to let's go to the game so far today in the English Premier League. So now that was round 4. So this is now round 5, beginning early this morning, 6:30 a.m. So while some of us were watching track and field, others were tracking what's going on over Anfield. Yes, Liverpool, they defeated Everton 2-1. Leeds, they were 3-1 winners over Wolves. Burnley and Nottingham Forest, they played to a 1-all draw. West Ham, Crystal Palace, they defeated West Ham 2-1. And Brighton and Tottenham, they played to a 2-all draw. And of course, the result that I'm dreading to tell you is that Manchester United is currently leading Chelsea in the 68th minute by 2-0. And of course, both teams now down 10 men. Casemiro, he is off, as well as I'm trying to see which Chelsea. Oh, and Sanchez from Chelsea committing a professional foul of the last man. He's off as well. Chelsea went down in the 5th minute, actually, and then Casemiro, he went off at the stroke of halftime. Right. So that's what's going on. Let's see where the standings are now for the English Premier League. Liverpool, they are current top of the standings. Perfect so far, 5 from 5 with 15 points. Tottenham, they're in second. Also have played 5 games so far. They're on 10 points. Arsenal, they are third on 9 points. Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, and Chelsea, they round up the top six. And then at the bottom of the table in the English Premier League, yes, still early days. West Ham, they are in 18th place on 3 points. Aston Villa, they're in 19th place on 2 points, and Wolves, they are yet to get off the mark. So it's been a tough going for Wolves as they've played 5 games and lost all their games so far in this season. In terms of the games coming up for the end of round five in the English Premier League at 2 o'clock, Brentford, they will play Fulham, and then Bournemouth. Tomorrow, Bournemouth will play Newcastle, Sunderland will play Aston Villa, and Arsenal will play Manchester City, which would be a good matchup, and it will be at 10:30. So the games in Japan will be done by then so that the Arsenal and Manchester City fans will be able um, to do what they need to do. Yeah. So that's what's going on in the English Premier League. We want to skip a few paces as we look at the some results from the UEFA Champions League. Let me see. Right, the UEFA Champions League, and of course, we are in round one of the UEFA Champions League. So I think I'll just do the Premier League side. So let's see. Arsenal, they defeated Athletic Club 2-love. Tottenham, they were 1-love winners over Villarreal. Juventus and Dortmund, they played to a 4-all draw. Real Madrid, they were 2-1 winners, ending that game with 10 men though. They were 2-1 winners over Marseille. And let me see what other results. Inter, they defeated Ajax rather, 2-love. PSG, they defeated Atlanta 4-love. Bayern Munich defeated Chelsea 3-1. Of course, you know, my side is on a losing streak, unfortunately, this week. Liverpool, they continued their unbeaten run, not just in the domestic league, but also in the Champions League. They were 3-2 winners over Atletico Madrid. And Manchester City, they defeated Napoli 2-love. Napoli ended that game with 10 men. And Barcelona, they were 2-1 winners over Newcastle. And of course, the next round of UEFA Champions League games that comes up on the 30th. Right, that comes up on the 30th and the 30th of September and the 1st of October. So yeah, that's really your Europe roundup. And now we're gonna go to, the Jamaica Premier League. All right, so we go to the results of the Jamaica Premier League. Let's talk about the games that would have happened last week, and of course, the games coming up this week. Yeah, let's get you posted on those games. Right? Okay, right, right. Talking about the Jamaica Premier League, of course, we are glad. I must say that the Premier League is now being streamed. Yes. So you can watch it online, or you can watch it on cable if you do have cable. So I Love TV, I think it's channel 4 on Digiplay. I'm not sure what channel it's on Flow, but that's very important because we know, especially with Sportsmax not being around, then of course the Jamaica Premier League needed a new home, and so Pivot, they came in, and this opportunity for I Love TV. I'm gonna say that's what they are. I Love TV came on, so that's what's going on. That's where you now can watch the Jamaica Premier League. So if you are not able to get to the games, I'm not gonna say like myself, but if you're not able to get to any of the games, then you can always continue to watch local football, right? All right, so let's go with the results, and this is the results from match week 4. Portmore United, they were 1-love winners over Spanish Town FC. Arnett Gardens, they defeated Phoenix Chapelton Maroons 1-love as well. And Montego Bay United, they were 3-1 winners over Tivoli Gardens. And Mount Pleasant, they were 2-1 winners over Cavalier. And rounding up the week of action with the Monday Night Football, um, Dunby Holding, they were 2-love winners over Malines. And then host Waterhouse, they went 2-1 down to Harborview. I mean, Waterhouse, they really lost that match in probably the last 4 minutes or so of that game. Right. So coming up in match week 5, let's go through the games coming up. Tomorrow we start with Sunday, September 21. Tivoli Gardens, they play Malines United at the Edward Siaga Sports Complex. Cavalier and Treasure Beach, they play at Sabina Park. Actually, the Tivoli Gardens Malines United game that kicks off at 3 p.m. The Cavalier Treasure Beach game that kicks off at 3:30 p.m. And then there will be a doubleheader at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium. Dunby Holding, they will first host Racing United at 3, and then the second game in that doubleheader will see Portmore United hosting Montego Bay United. And then onto the Monday Night Football. Um, Again at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Phoenix Chapelton Maroons, they will host Spanish Town FC at 5 o'clock, while Waterhouse, they will host Arnett Gardens at 7:30. So it's gonna be an interesting set of games on Monday. Of course, in terms of the point standings after week 4 in the Jamaica Premier League, Montego Bay United there at the top of the standings, having played 4 games and won 3 and they drew 1 game, so that's 10 points for them. Second is Racing United, who have had a fantastic start through their season, winning 3 from 3 so far. Then you have Phoenix Chapelton. It seems as if Cred Butler has found the team that is gonna win. And then closing out the top 4 is Portmore United. At the bottom of the table, we have Malines United and Spanish Town and newcomers. Malines, they're on 13 with 2 points after 4 games, and Spanish Town FC finding it difficult at the top tier because they've played 4 games, but they've yet to get a result from any of the games, and so they are perched at the bottom currently of the table. We're going to take our first break on Sports Talk. When we come back, you will hear the interview with the Jamaica Badminton Academy. We'll be right back.
Be heard, be seen by your audience on Love 101 Radio and on social media. Call Love 101 for advertising rates that fit your needs. Exposure for your event, your business, concerts, church activity, civic events, seminars and conferences, job vacancies, specials, and more. Let Love 101 help you get your information out there. Call Love 101 FM now and talk with our sales and marketing experts and get the reach you need. Call 876-968-9596 or 876-968-9597 and ask for our sales and marketing department Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. or email love101fm@gmail.com. Love 101 FM, radio and social media platforms, making it happen for you.
Let it be known HPV for the MVP, we're not alone. Together we'll fight, keep cancer away, get vaccinated and keep it that way. HPV vaccine are what we need. Oh yes, me say that me a pray. You have to prevent yourself cause this is what we need. HPV for the MVP. Vaccine is cancer prevention. A simple shot worth the attention. Stay protected, don't hesitate. Get vaccinated right away. HPV vaccine is cancer prevention. A simple shot worth the attention. Stay protected, don't hesitate. Get vaccinated, no, it's never too late.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Nothing beats the Love 101 September Bonanza. That's 15% off any advertising package. That's more savings, more spots, and more reach for your business. But don't wait. This offer ends September 30. Call us now at 876-968-9596 or email sales and marketing at love101.org. Let's grow together. Conditions apply.
All right, so welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And with me, we're going to be talking, as I told you guys before, we're going to be talking some badminton. You see, I'm just giving you guys all sorts of things because last week we spoke about, or week before we spoke about Paralympic, and now this week we're talking about badminton. So, the diversity of what's going on Sports Talk. All right, so with me is Kenneth Anglin, and he is the director at the Jamaica Badminton Academy and also a vice president of the Jamaica Badminton Association. Kenneth, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. I'm really excited to be here.
I'm happy to have you on because I think badminton has been one of those sports that I've always said, okay, I'm gonna try, and then I didn't get around to it, and I'm hoping it's not too late. I joke.
Oh, never too late. Never too late.
All right. So, to get us started, tell us a little bit more about the Jamaica Badminton Academy. So, the purpose of the academy and why was the academy started?
Okay, so the academy's main goal is to provide, opportunities through badminton for, all the students or members of the club, and also to form a community around badminton where people can enjoy themselves, meet new people, form friendships, stuff like that. We started back in 2021 during the pandemic lockdowns, but we were abiding by all the rules, so no worries about that. So when we started, we had a few players that we wanted to help out with training, me and my friend, and then it grew into a huge thing. We have over, I think, 500 members online. We had last year 600 spectators and participants last year at the tournament, and now it's grown so much that we're trying to look at ways to improve it, probably even take it internationally.
Sounds great. All right, so we're going to be talking about specifically the shuttle showdown, and Kenneth started to go in a little bit about it, but we're going to talk about, this is the second staging because you had your first one in 2024. How was the shuttle showdown last year, and what can we expect from it this year?
Okay, so last year, first time attempting a tournament, learned a lot, but we had a lot of good reactions from the spectators and all the participants in the tournament. It's a good tournament. It was one of those tournaments where you can actually win something, that's a bit foreign to badminton. But we're like, we want it to be the spark of a change.
Mm-hmm.
So you could win, money, TVs, prizes, stuff like that. That's what we did last year, and now we up the ante this year. So we're trying to go more prize money, more events. So we added a few fun events for the community. We have a player and coach. We have a beginner. We have masters. We have parent and child doubles. So we added a few more events to bring more people out to the community, bring them out there on the stage to perform. And what we really liked about this year, we got so much more support from the sponsors. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Support from Lifespan, Princess Hotel, Ceres, Cherry Ramson's, Smart Choice Engineers, and so Zalco Distributors, and so many others.
Okay.
A degree. Oh, my mothers. Oh man, there's so many. We really appreciate all the support that we've gotten this year, and I'm pretty sure this year is gonna be a lot smoother and a lot better than what we did last year.
Okay, so when exactly is the Shuttle Showdown 2025, and where will it be taking place?
Okay, so the tournament will be actually tomorrow, the September 20th and the 21st. The first week is the 20th and 21st at the YMCA, Kingston YMCA. We start at 9 and we go up through the whole day. And then on Sunday again, we start at 9, go up through the whole day. The events tomorrow are gonna be the B division and D division, and the player and coach, parent and child, and the masters events this week. In the following week, the 27th and the 28th of September, we'll be having our C division and the main category, the open or A category, where the top players in Jamaica are playing. And we also have our junior division. So from under 11 all the way up to under 19, we'll have persons entering those events.
Okay, all right. And then in terms of what can the spectators expect in terms of competition? Are there any changes? I know you talked about player and coach and masters. Have you added any level of competition in terms of the match format compared to what you had last year in the first staging?
No, no. Even though that they're the associate, well, the federations experimenting with different playing formats, but we kept it as the same as last year. But that's how the world badminton world is moving. Everybody's using the same system as before, even though that they're testing out a new system currently. But it's no
Okay,
different from what we did last year.
okay, but it's still gonna be just as entertaining. I suppose.
Even more entertaining,
Okay,
actually.
even more entertaining. Fantastic, fantastic. Who can come out to the Shuttle Showdown? I mean, can I just walk in and just come, or what?
Oh yes. So once you're a sport level or you want to check out something new and exciting, it's the fastest racket sport. One of the fastest growing sports in the world. Very popular in the eastern side of the world. You just come in. Show. The finals are on the Sundays. So if you want to see the top action, you can come in on the Sunday. Or if you want to see how things are, you just come in on a Saturday. The price for admission is $500, and with that ticket, you can win a weekend family getaway at the Princess Hotel.
Oh wow! So not only am I paying to come and watch fantastic badminton, I get a chance to possibly win a weekend.
Yes, of course.
I mean, you couldn't want anything more than that. All right, you spoke about your sponsors earlier, but I'm gonna give you an opportunity to. Who are your key sponsors for this year's staging?
Ramsons, Mothers, Zalco Distributors, Degree, um, Lifespan Walker, Smart Choice Engineering, um, I Dr. Mangi Chin's, Premier Optical. I'm missing out Excelsior. That was a really new big one.
Excelsior.
Yeah, Grace Kennedy. Yes. Who else is there? I think that's the main
If that,
sponsor
that,
right there.
that's a lot of sponsors though. So big ups to you and your team for getting so much sponsorship for this competition or tournament rather. D- Tell me something, Kenneth, because I'm sure my listeners will be saying badminton. Okay, and you spoke about it being dominant in the eastern hemisphere. Why would you recommend badminton as a sport, and what are some of the key benefits of playing badminton?
There was a study done. It said that badminton, extends your life the most out of any sport. So there's a major benefit of playing. Another benefit is exceptional reaction speed and hand-eye coordination, hand-eye and foot coordination. Actually, you're not just interacting with just your hands and your eyes. You actually have to be moving in every single direction while while keeping the shuttle off the ground. Really, so that requires a lot of reactions, a lot of turning, twisting, and turning, and it can be played at all ages. We have the masters division in the tournament, but you even have persons in their 60s and 70s still playing and still playing at a good level. So it's always good for your heart, your cardiovascular system,
Mm-hmm.
keeping up your physical fitness. It's one of those sports that you would see on Instagram. It's like, wow, how did they get that over? How did they get that back? It's one of those sports that you definitely need to check out.
Fantastic. I love that, and it sounds so exciting. I may really take you up on that offer of coming to get some lessons on badminton. All right, can you share with us in terms of, for those who are listening, some notable achievements of your members, such as participation in international competitions or other major milestones by the Jamaica Badminton Association or the Academy?
Well, we had a few players go over to the Caribbean Games for the juniors. It was a good showing. We had one gold, I think six silver medals, and four bronze medals. And we also gained a lot of experience for the very young players, especially Jillian Yap, the top junior for the under 11, under 13 category.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she gained a lot of experience over there. She didn't win, but she got a lot of experience, which is good for her development.
That's great. That's great. I'd love to hear that. And congratulations to the team who represented us at the CAC games, I believe, right?
The Caribbean Championship, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So coming back to Shuttle Showdown 2025, can you remind my listeners now the date, the time, the location, and where they can get more information on tickets? And of course, give us your socials as well as to how we can continue to follow badminton.
Okay. No worries. The tournament will be on the 20th and the 21st of September this weekend, and then next weekend the 27th and the 28th of September. It will be at the Kingston YMCA. That's 21 Hope Road. We start at 9 o'clock. Go all the way up through the day, so you can go there, watch, come at any time after 9, and come and watch to see how badminton's played, especially at the high level. The tickets are sold at the gate, so it's just $500. And
Okay.
yeah, so we're expecting a lot of top tier players. I'll be playing as well, so you can probably come and see me play in the following weekend. I mean, we come out and have a good time, support sponsors, and enjoy a good game of badminton.
Okay, fantastic. And then how about you, social media? Do you guys have social media we can follow you
You can
at?
follow us at Jamaica Badminton on Instagram, Jamaica Badminton on YouTube, Jamaica Badminton on TikTok, Jamaica Badminton on Facebook. Yeah.
All right, Jamaica Badminton, literally everywhere. Jamaica Badminton, just find them, follow them. Kenneth Anglin, he is the chairman of the Jamaica Badminton Academy, or the director rather of the Jamaica Badminton Academy, and also the vice president of the Jamaica Badminton Association. Kenneth, thank you so much for joining us on Sports Talk today, and of course, I'll see if I can catch some badminton. Maybe not if this weekend, but next weekend. and see what can happen. But thank you so much, and we're looking forward to hearing much more about Jamaica, badminton in Jamaica, as we go forward. All right,
All right.
thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
We're in the hurricane season and the hottest time of the year. But no worries, Lanco has you covered. By the way, you're covered with Lanco Cool Guard or Urethanizer roof coating yet? Use Lanco roof coatings to waterproof your roof and also benefit from a cooler home with our advanced Thermoflex technology. Get 10 to 20% discount on Lanco Urethanizer and Cool Guard roof coating island-wide this hurricane season. Lanco, your waterproofing expert. Nothing beats the Love 101 September Bonanza. That's 15% off any advertising package. That's more savings, more spots, and more reach for your business. But don't wait. This offer ends September 30. Call us now at 876-968-9596-7 or email sales and marketing at love101.org. Let's grow together. Conditions apply.
Be heard, be seen by your audience on Love 101 Radio and on social media. Call Love 101 for advertising rates that fit your needs. Exposure for your event, your business, concerts, church activity, civic events, seminars and conferences, job vacancies, specials, and more. Let Love 101 help you get your information out there. Call Love 101 FM now and talk with our sales and marketing experts and get the reach you need. Call 876-968-9596 or 876-968-9597 and ask for our sales and marketing department Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. or email love101fm@gmail.com. Love 101 FM, radio and social media platforms, making it happen for you.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. As you can see, there's somebody sitting, for those who are online, there's somebody sitting to my left. Don't know where they came from, but you'll soon, you soon know why they're here. So last week, I'm going to say Friday evening, the World Athletic Championship, well, Friday evening our time, because it started in Japan on Saturday, but Japan is 14 hours ahead, so you know the ships. They will have to start before them start. Yeah, right. So the World Athletics Championships began, and today was the penultimate day of the championships. And has it not been a roller coaster for the Jamaica team? And here to discuss with me is two gentlemen that went to two opposite schools, actually. So, we'll have D Major online.
Greetings.
Right.
Yes,
And then beside me, so D Major, you went to Calabar, right, D Major?
that is correct.
Correct. And then beside me, I have a Kingston College old boy, which is my friend, the events coordinator here at Love 101, who is there.
Wow, you see this now, people. This make me wondering because why me couldn't come in a studio too? Love 101, what's going on? Are we doing preferences or what's going on?
What? I can't.
Let me just put it here. I work here, so she couldn't kick me out. That's all I'll say.
All right, my boss. All right. Yeah,
All right. So, gentlemen, track and field, World Championships. Jamaica now has 8 medals.
Yes.
Yes.
8 medals, and we've had 1 in the field and 7 on the track.
Yes.
Sounds like a reverse that we had last year, right?
Kind of. Kind of.
We don't.
Yeah.
But let me just get your first thoughts because I want to before we get into the nitty gritties. Let's get your first thoughts. The Major, I'll start with you. How has the
Yes.
championship been for you?
It has been a good one. As I say, there are a few disappointments, however, especially this morning for me personally in the men's 4x1. I was really looking forward to them in the final and what they would have produced. But it overall has been, as I say, a better championship than last year, however. And we're not done yet. So I'm hoping we can push and get to even, double figures where the medals are concerned, tomorrow.
All right. That don't sound too bad. I mean, right now I'm just all bets are off right now because me done. Like
You're
this
done,
is
you
one
give
of
up?
the no man, this is one of the championships that I honestly did not put down a medal prediction. And Dane can tell you. I mean, usually I really try to do a medal prediction, but this year I was
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? Let me just play it
Mm-hmm.
by ear and when I would have been wrong, I tell you. Anyways, Dane, your initial thoughts on the championship so far?
I think it's been a great championships for Jamaica. I think when you put it in context, um, it's similar to what happened last year. I know we don't like to talk about last year. I am very much on the ship of not wanting to talk about last year myself. But when you really when you look at it from an analyst's perspective, last year wasn't a bad year for us. It was an expansion year in terms of the medals came from different places.
True, true.
This year, the medals have come from a few more traditional spots than we're not that the spots that we are normally expecting medals to come from.
Yeah.
So I think that's good in that regard. I too share the disappointment of this morning.
Oh
I
man.
don't even want. Ah, I don't know what happened to Kishin, but Iman that relating, yeah. And it's not to blame him. It's just literally pointing out that it's been 3 times that he's tried to get the baton and hasn't gotten the baton this
Yeah.
year alone, and it
Yeah,
hurts.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm not blaming him on any of the chances, including this morning at all.
Right. I wouldn't.
It's just how the cookies crumble this go around.
Mm-hmm.
However, I really am very what's the word? Encouraged by the way Jamaica is responding and the way
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica is competing this year.
Yeah,
True, true.
definitely. And we're gonna come to the release. I'm gonna try to see if we can because we have until 2 o'clock. So this is what 20 minutes of talk. So let's see if we can get through most of the days or all of the Jamaica performances
Yeah.
in a time. But let me start with you, D Major. Who
Mm-hmm.
has been or what has been your standout performance so far
Oh
from a
man.
Jamaican perspective at these championships?
I mean
And
that's
if you ever
easy.
say oblique to
No,
me,
you have to guess. You have to guess. You have
me
to
just cut
guess.
it
No,
off right now.
Two people you're gonna say, hey,
no, but that is
you're the same
no.
school.
Honestly, okay. Yes, I have two people, but okay. So, but listen, good. Firstly, and it was obvious for you to guess that it would have been oblique for not only this has nothing to only do with school. Listen to me carefully. I've always defended that kid, knowing what he could do. Now, unfortunately, in previous years, you know, niggles and injuries or whatever prevented him from showing the world who he is. Even this year, him winning, I still don't think we have seen his full potential. I know he has more. He felt something while warming up for the first round. And that contributed to the very slow start. Thankfully he was able to get his I don't know if it's a championship, if he have one bad race in the championship. Thankfully that passed first and he was able to qualify for the next round. And the next round, we saw, he become him therapist team too, because they worked on him the
Yeah,
night,
yeah, the
the
work
night
cleared.
after, and he was able to go out there and give, a good performance. And we saw him in the semis, and with that run, his confidence was up there that he could go, and we saw him let it out in the final. Even after the final, we saw him grimace and fall to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So there are things that they have to work out in terms of his health, but I'm happy he got to, go through and show the world, that what oblique civil can really do once he is able to run and complete a decent race, and I'm happy about that. The second person is not a Calabar man, but the second person I'm really happy for is a Tyler Mason.
Ah,
What a story! What a story of resilience and persistence. This man has been trying to make even the Jamaican team for years and coming so close. Senior team, that is. He made the junior team and he medal at one point, about 10 years ago. And now he made the senior team, and here he's, medaling. So it doesn't go for sure, Do not give up on yourself. And I'm really have to say salute to Tyler Mason. Congrats to him and his team. And it was a great look. Those were the surprises, the pleasant surprises. However, we had some disappointments, but we give thanks for the pleasant surprises because we're on what now? 8 medals?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I think we can probably. Why? I'm hoping for the women's 4x1 now,
feel like
and
we can squeeze
the
it.
4x4.
Yeah, I feel like we can squeeze it in with one push tomorrow. But then let me get from you your standout performance or performances from a Jamaican perspective so far.
From a Jamaican perspective, all right. I can't. You have to call Oblique Civil first, right? And I mean, you and I, Kathya, we spoke about this before the championships. I told you, Kishade is my favorite, but I'm carrying Oblique to win. And I know that sounds a little bit weird, but there's something about Oblique Civil, and I mean, I've said this to you like even last year and the year before, that with Oblique, he must have proved it at one point. He must have decided, say, this is the year, and just decide and prove it. And he did that this year. And you can't, 975 is, that's what it is. You understand? You can't. 977, sorry.
77, yeah.
You can't take that away from him at all.
Not at all.
Beautiful, amazing run. He did what he needed to do, and he has to get full kudos from me. I also have to give a special mention to Orlando Bennett and Tyler Mason for surprising everybody. Nobody picked them for a medal. And I think that was they did amazing. Once they came into the championships from the heats, you had to start penciling them down because you saw that they were there. You saw that they were confident enough to do it. But if I was to give somebody my title for the championship, my most outstanding performance, it would be this morning, Navaski Anderson. 142.70.
Yes.
I think it was this morning.
142.76.
Yeah.
Nowhere. I mean, I've been following champs. I am 36 years old. I've been following track and field since in the 90s, right? I remember when Michael Clark was at JC, not even at Calabar. You understand? I can remember the greats. Even Warren Ray was talking about some of those greats that I came up with, the Fiona Connors, right? Giovanni James from States, the mighty guys from Calabar, Rivaldo Marshall, Kimar Farkison, those guys from JC,
Edwin Alinto,
like all of those 800 guys, right? You can call the KC guys name, Danzita Cephas, Taris Roden, Donahue Matt, like you can call all the names that we want to call, right? Even that year with Kimar Farkison, when there was like 100 different Tyrese, Tyrese Roden, Tyrese Taylor, there's another Tyrese I think as well. Kimar Farkison, Rivaldo Marshall, all in that year. Right?
Yeah.
That's Navaski Anderson's age group.
Yes.
I realize you did not call his name.
Yeah, no.
Right?
But he's
and look at what this man has done.
Yeah.
When he ran at trials this year, he was only 145.
Yeah.
He brought that down by 3 seconds.
And after having such a long season, because he would have been running on the NCAA circuit like Tyrese Taylor.
Yeah.
And truth be told, coming into these championships, I really thought that Tyrese Taylor came in with a better form.
He did. He came with a national record.
And I'm like, what?
But we have to look at the fact that both of these guys, and I think that if you're watching the commentary on TV, they alluded to it too. Both of these guys came in with confidence and they came in with really good race plans.
Yes.
And if you saw, they stuck to the front. There was an interview that Navaski Anderson did where he was explaining to the interviewer. The interviewer had asked him that he has a media race and he was explaining to him, what should I do to run the 800 meter race. And that's exactly what Navasky Anderson said is exactly what he did.
Yeah.
And I know this morning, if you look at the race, it will seem like Navasky Anderson was falling back at the last part. But to me, it really wasn't so much that he was falling back. It's just that he was running 142, which is rare air, but everybody else was running 141. So it's not that he was falling back. It's just that
the race was just faster.
The race was faster than him.
Yeah.
I have no doubt whatsoever that come next year, come Beijing 2027 and LA 2028, Navasky is going to be right there in them skin, running 141 with them.
And I think he's gonna inspire a few more as well.
Absolutely.
Spur the breakthrough.
Yeah.
So I don't know if people truly grasp what he did. Yes, he came.
What he did today, right? But that's why I had to mention it. And I think on top of that too, he's gonna inspire those around him, the Farkisons, the Rodens, Taylor, that bunch, right? Even the guy from JC that just left that went to
the St. Vincent thing, the guy?
No man. Roban too. But Javon Blake, that's what they was looking for. Right? He's gonna inspire that bunch. But there's a bunch that's in high school now that's coming up. Right? Kimaria Bygraves and them that's coming up now. That they're gonna inspire as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So it all goes well for the Jamaica track and field program overall.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to take a break and we're going to come back. We're just going to, take care of some bills and come back. And we're talking about the World Athletic Championships happening in Tokyo, Japan. 14 hours ahead and we'll have to wake up early morning, but we'll soon come back. Right here on Sports Talk.
Ready to achieve success? Registration for the January 2026 CXC CSEC exams is open from September 1 to October 15. Register now via our new portal, OEC Online. With OEC Online, you can register and pay for exams from anywhere. Secure your CXC subjects and invest in your future today. Call 876-618-3721 or visit our website at overseasexams.org.jm. The OEC, providing educational services with integrity.
Nothing beats the Love 101 September Bonanza. That's 15% off any advertising package. That's more savings, more spots, and more reach for your business. But don't wait. This offer ends September 30. Call us now at 876-968-9596 or email sales&marketing@love101.org. Let's grow together. Conditions apply.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on Love 101 FM. We are talking about the World Athletic Championships happening in Tokyo, Japan. Let's go to what Caroline says. Caroline says she cussed Big Boy all the while, but at last he proved himself class for me. Caroline says the standout for her was a 1-2 in the 100 meters men and a 2-3 in the hurdles. Tyler has been trying so hard, started to look older. Big up Jamaica one. Well, when I say that, right. Caroline, I only say one college for one school,
that's
and that's not that school.
That's right.
Not that school. Anyways, with me still is D Major and Dane Brown. Gentlemen, all right. So we talk about the highs, but we can't talk about highs if we don't talk about lows. So D Major, I'll start with you in terms of your, I guess, disappointment or I guess athletes from a Jamaican perspective that didn't live up to your expectation for this World Championships.
Boy, I was disappointed with this morning, the men's 4x1. I won't single out anyone and blame them. I just want the whole administration to going forward. We have to have relay camps set, early season, mid season, whatever. We have to have relay camps set because we're doing the same thing every year and we're expecting a different result. Now, as I said, 3 attempts this year and we failed. We got one right and barely, because if everybody watched about the London qualification, Kishane was one step away from stepping out of the zone,
Almost a
That's true.
disaster.
That's
That's true.
true.
Barely
That's so true.
That
qualify into the
that
world.
last change.
Yes. So he used all the, and that happened today too. So I don't know how, I don't know. In order to use the full zone, you have to have a lot of practice. That is something you have to perfect through practice. That is not easy to do. So it seems like Kishi, because using the full zone, the button doesn't stop. And that is the best way to get the button around. However, you have to have all of practice, and we now do that Jamaica, and we cannot live with this. You know what I'm saying? If you go to Gibson really and watch the prep and the primary school, Pitney, them change button you with a ball, because them so disciplined and them so sharp with it. So moving up in the ranks, we should be improving, and especially the senior level. I
Yeah.
understand that some people went to high schools that weren't traditionally running a lot of relays because they might have a one-off, athlete, or someone can put together a four. But we have to make sure that now, moving forward, we practice this, because this is too heartbreaking. We have 1-2 in the 100, and we can't produce a winning and qualify easily through the first round. That is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? And any more disappointments.
Anything
I
else?
really wanted Jordan Scott to get a medal, but it happens. And I know he tried his best. It just wasn't his day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that would have been my second disappointment. But hats off to Jordan. I know he tried his best. And stuff. So those, I will mention those two as my disappointments right though.
Then you?
I have a couple different disappointments.
Okay, can we get through them?
Yeah.
I think I know one of them, but I love you.
Definitely the 100-meter hurdles. It hurt me. It hurt me when Megan went out. Firstly, it hurt me when Akira went out, and it hurt me when Daniel messed up in the finals.
Yeah.
All three of them pain straight to my heart. But it's hurdles, so I'm not fight it. You understand?
True.
And nobody else. So I'm not fight that because the medal never go a certain place, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the other disappointment for me had to be Ralphon Mullings. He came in throwing 70.
Yeah,
you would
72.
think that he was in medal shape.
Yeah.
And he was a medal that I was counting that I didn't hear a lot of people talking about. And I think that was just discussed by us. And it hurt me that he didn't qualify to the finals. But again, I saw it go sometime,
his first global championships, and I'm sure
it's his second. He was at Worlds. He was at Olympics last year, man. But he wasn't
first world championship.
First world championship.
First world championship, and I'm sure this is something that Ralphon would learn from.
Oh yeah, man. Yes, he's a very smart person, very good leader.
Yeah.
Coming from.
I got a chance. That kid is impressive. I got a chance, to hear him speak, and but that I really expect a lot from him. He knows what he wants.
Yeah, same.
So I was wondering though if it was raining or so. When I caught up with the results, I was like, this is way subpar, and then all of them not to go through. I was wondering if the ring was wet or they were.
It wasn't raining. I think what I don't know, because even the world record holder Anelka, he had an issue qualifying as well. I mean, Alekna. He really did it on his last throw. Wow. His throws before were also subpar. It just was a bad day for discus. Honestly, overall, I can say it wasn't a good day for discus, and I'm just gonna put it to that.
We'll come
again. But yes, so Ralphon, and you spoke about
and the hurdles. And the hurdles. Those are Dime just said everything I wanted to say about the 4x1. We need to be having consistent practices.
Yeah, man. It's the only
and if you look at the 4x1 this morning, if you zone into the third exchange, Jamaica was the last team to hand off the ball.
Exactly.
Right? Which means that teams like Canada, who's been running the same for the last 153 years, has handed off a safer baton.
But that is Mr. Brown, that is why. These guys know exactly what
exactly my point. Yeah. And you realize when we were handing off the baton, we were not in the lead.
We
were at best third.
Not even that.
With the 100-meter champion,
Right.
Yes, I think the issue was, I mean, because of first of all, the first exchange was the best of all.
Yeah, and it
Wasn't
wasn't good.
the second
All right.
exchange was almost disastrous.
Right.
Personally, so two things I think, just quickly on this 4x1. One, I think Kishen was started at the wrong point in the exchange zone.
Why? I don't see
Because
that.
no, and let me tell you why. Kishen is fast, so he has
Yes.
to give Raheem Ford a little more time to get to him, which means that if I was Kishen, my marker is close to the top of the exchange zone rather than the middle.
But here's the thing. Even if they had set that decision would have been made from before.
I know.
And they'd have set that marker. So it's not even that the marker wasn't set properly in my mind. It's that either Kishen just too fast.
Yeah.
And they underestimated it, or I don't even want to get into this.
No, but then
Kathya,
my
the
thing is
marker,
always
the marker is the marker is set. So when Raheem is striding over the marker is when Kishen move, It's not
Right.
when Kishen stay the marker is, So Kishen needs to shorten his marker because he's so powerful with his first couple of strides. It's hard for the incoming runner to catch him.
Catch him up.
So he needs to take short. He needs to shorten his marker. So when he go 1, 2, 3, probably the incoming
I
runner
agree with that,
can be
but
right
Which
there.
suggests to me that the practice was not
that the
was not
practice.
looking at
But
that
I'm
from
saying
before.
them stop run from Sunday.
Right,
What were
so
you doing
see that?
for the entire week? What, 5 days?
And if you look,
Why?
there's no level in
5
this.
days?
There's no level in this team.
No, no. That is where my problem is. We had 5 days to get this right. 5 days.
Boy.
Not only that, my thing also, and this is not blaming, but this is also just saying it is always, both will tell you, it is always the incoming runner's responsibility to ensure that the baton is secured in the outgoing runner's hand.
Good point.
Anyways.
Hold on, let me expound that because it bun me. I mean, I got to hide it. So, actually, there's an angle online that shows that Kishen, the button hit Kishen hands,
Yeah.
But guess what? The Ford
Raheem
let it go. He didn't allow Kishen to grip the
hold
button
on to
and
it.
take it from So as soon as Kishen hand hit it, him let it go. That was the blunder and a split second thing, and it was all over right that.
Anyways, we have less than a minute, but I'm gonna use my authority that I have at this station to go over into because we don't have anything lined up until 2:30. But we're not gonna get too far. But I'm gonna use my little authority to carry, because everybody wants to hear about what's going on in the World Championships, and this is such an interesting topic. In terms of, okay, let's hear from Caroline. Caroline says her biggest disappointment was the 4x1, as we were saying, and she says also Shanika Ricketts and Jordan Scott too. Right. I think we all kind of feel it for both of them.
Definitely.
And I'm hoping. I didn't talk about my high moment. Tajay Gale, because I know Tajay only trained for three weeks this year. Literally 3 weeks. And I have to say, I am extremely grateful and proud of Tina Clayton. Extremely. And I think
that's true.
My thing is, literally, I was crying on Sunday morning, because this is a young lady that, starting from class 4, Tia came into high school as a better twin. Tina came and dominated throughout from class 3, come right up. Right? World under 20 champion, backs against the wall in those 2 championships, did it.
World record.
Everything. Like, this girl did everything. And then here she's supposed to transition. Her sister transitions. And everybody is like, oh, is this another when the star of track and the star of champs does not transition? And we all were asking the questions, but to see that girl at 10:76 is Melissa Jefferson is flying. 10:76 is no fluke time.
Yeah, it's not a small time.
It's not a small time.
No.
I mean, that
we've been spoiled in this generation to think that everybody can run 10:6.
Yeah.
It's not an everybody thing.
No,
It's not
no,
everybody.
It's not
no,
an
And
everybody
no.
not
thing.
everybody will run 10-6.
10
As a
8
matter of
and
fact, I don't
everybody
think Melissa
thing.
Jeffries is gonna run 10-6 again, but that's another story.
We have that conversation today. But the
10
truth
8.
is,
I'm also disappointed with not getting that clash with Julian Alfred, because I am telling you, a healthy Julian Alfred would have, especially the 200. I don't think Julian would have lost the 200, hands down. You know,
I
she
think she
was
would have
that.
won the 200. I think she's faster than her
Yeah,
by
yeah,
far,
yeah.
the
I
200.
think
I
Julian
would
would
have
have won.
wanted to see the 100 as well, because I know Julian was coming in sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Julian
yeah.
was Julian at the time when she raced Melissa was not as sharp, and she was right on her shoulder. She was the
Yeah.
closest
Yeah.
in terms
Yeah.
of competition to Melissa. Melissa was already sharp. Melissa was running was tearing down the Grand Slam, and then here comes Julian off of running a lot of 300s and 400s. So the phase
Right.
of
Yeah,
training
She's
that she was
ready.
in,
She's ready.
she
she
was
was
ready.
not ready to sprint yet. However, she was already on this 10-7 girl's shoulder. So
Yeah,
I
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
would
yeah,
have wanted to see when her coach, and if you notice, she was very calculated with her season.
yeah.
So it's just unfortunate that injuries, came
Yeah,
on
and
and
Derailed
you
it.
you make a
yeah.
good point, D Major, because I think Melissa Jefferson has not had anybody run close to her this season.
Only Julian. Only Julian.
And so because of that, I think if Julian Alfred was beside her, she'd have cracked. But I mean, we're
No,
just
I'm telling you
Well,
that
you
that
have
would
to
have
see
been.
that. Let
It
me
would
tell
have
you,
been.
this
It
next
would have
year,
been to say the
even
least. It
though
would have
there's
been
the
a
World
faster time.
Ultimate,
uh-huh.
Yeah.
even though there's the World Ultimate Championships next year at the end of the season,
Yeah.
a lot of athletes I think are going to look at next year as an off year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Particularly because we've come from this COVID period where every single year since COVID
Has been a
has been a
championship.
championship, 21 to
Yeah.
20.
Right.
I think that's what's
Yeah.
happened to Shakari Richardson, why she's injured. I think that's what's
Mm.
happened to Sharika Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just a constant preparing your body to be
Uh-huh.
in top shape for the
Yeah.
last 5 years without a break. I think next
Yeah.
year is a break, and I think 2027, a lot of people are gonna cry. That's my belief. Particularly the twins are here.
Thank you. That's
Crystal
what I was about to
Slowly,
say. The twins, 2027,
right?
year of the twins.
Crystal Slowly. I know a lot of people are waiting for Crystal Slowly to emerge as well because
Yeah.
she has a heavy workload with her architecture
Right.
Yeah.
Soon.
career right
Mhm.
now.
Studies. Yeah.
That's gonna be
Studies.
gone in 2027.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Very time consuming thing to be pursuing. Yeah.
right. So when you see her explode in 2027, a little birdie told me, well, a little birdie told Jamaica, right, that a certain person who used to beat Julian Alfred left, right, and center in high school is now at Racers Track Club.
Oh,
Oh
it's not
yes.
That's,
Oh yes.
that's,
Oh
that's,
yes.
that's the big birdie
Oh
who
yes.
made that information known.
Yes.
That Kevin Davis is
No,
now
at
at
Racers.
Racers Track Club.
Yes.
And when Glenn Mills says to you, look here, I think you still have it, but it's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
Right? The first time I heard Glenn Mills say that was
Yeah.
about a certain 17-year-old. Right? You understand?
Well, I'm also scared of world record.
Yes,
Oh,
it
no.
was not a world record holder
Yes.
greatest
Yes.
of all
Yes.
time.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
also heard him say it about Oblique Seville.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah, man.
So
Took
when
him
Glenn,
3 times.
yeah,
but
when Glenn Mills
got it.
talk, you
Yeah,
listen.
man. Glenn
And
Mills
Glenn
is
Mills
not a
thinks he
man to
still has
waste
it.
words. He doesn't
Right.
waste words. Yes.
Let's look at Toby Amusan,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
who after breaking the world record just could not get back to
Right.
those heights.
Yeah.
But this year she came to Jamaica to train with Glenn Mills,
Mhm.
and let's see where she is now.
Yep.
So it's gonna be interesting 2027 when
Yeah.
everybody is lining up again. I know if Sharika takes the time to rest and comes back, she's gonna be firing again.
Mhm.
And who knows? We hear that Elaine is back in training, so I know she had her eyes set on 2028, because she has some
Unfinished business.
unfinished business in her mind. So it's gonna be very, 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 very interesting to see who makes that team.
All right.
So we'll see how it goes.
All right, cool. But so before we close out the show, because I couldn't close out the show without us talking about a top performer in your eyes, as it relates to the championship. So this is outside.
overall?
This is outside of Jamaica now,
Ooh.
because we'll have. So we're gonna wrap up at 2:10. Okay, I'm only begging 10 minutes at the time. So the measure. I'm starting with you. Putting you in the hot seat first.
Okay. What is it now?
You're a top performer overall. So far at the champ. I mean, I don't think nothing else I got top that right now. But any of
Top
these.
performer.
Yeah.
Ah, boy. It's gonna go back to the okay. So, and I'll give the reasons. It's still oblique civil. No, this is because when was it? 2016.
Uh
Since we
huh.
have won, since we have won the men. This is the blue ribbon event. If Lyles could trade the 200 for the 100, he would tell you that he wants the 100 title because this is the blue ribbon event. So for Jamaica to win it and also get the Quinella, one, the first and second.
I mean,
That
this is
that's
overall, so this is not just
Yeah.
Jamaica.
This is over. You think Oblique is the top?
overall. Okay,
Right.
thank you,
I asked
thank you,
you.
thank
Remember,
you.
I asked you a stand-up performer earlier.
It has to be the alien from the USA, Sydney McLaughlin. Now she leaves her pet event. She has the world record in her in her event. Migrates to the 400-meter flat and takes on some really, really, really worthy opponents. Some ladies that I thought were going to say, listen, Sydney, you're not just going to come over here and take over. She did not just take over. She ran the second fastest time in history. Some will argue that her time is the world record, but we're going to need another show
Yeah, well,
to
Some
we'll,
is me.
we'll,
understand.
we'll
Some
leave
is me.
some is me because I
But
think some world records need to come off the book, but we'll leave that for
she
another day.
she comes and runs the second fastest time in history by a woman. No, this is unheard of. She's just hopping around. What is she going to run in LA? She going to take on the steeplechase next? We don't know.
100
This
hurdles,
this
anyway.
this this woman is but she also was competing in that earlier this year. It's like she's bored.
Is-
Of course,
So
you're
she's just
bored.
hopping around.
I mean, if every time you run, you're gonna break a world record. I mean, right now, she
She
and the Plantis, them need to find another. I don't
so
know.
so okay. So why I give her and not the plant is come on. If the man can wake up and discover we expect this. And also this should not have been Sydney's event. So
Right.
it's not like Mono go over to the 100 and go run and win, or what I say. But this is like it's almost unbelievable. You don't just hop from discipline to discipline and take it over like that. This is not just a normal takeover. She
Yeah.
come kick off the door, man.
I know. I
It has
definitely
to be.
agree. I know. I definitely agree. Then how about you?
We have a top three, but Sydney win.
Oh, all right, cool. Let's start with your
So
three.
Perez, I know none of you will know this name, but Perez
Oh, you
from
because
the
you think you alone watch track and field.
you know what you're talking. You're
I
hungry.
do.
Right?
You know what?
But
Our
Perez that
first
won
one
the
is
35-meter, the 35K race walk,
race
and
one
he came
and
back
the
and won the
20
20K
Right.
last night or this morning. Last night,
last night.
Machine.
me give it to you because me can't do
That's
that.
55K.
Me can't do that. Me can't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
No.
but 55K, how do you do that?
Right?
Like how is
And
that humanly
and
possible?
the rules of it don't make sense to me either.
Yeah,
because
because
you have to touch, you have to always
yeah,
be in contact with
with
the
the
ground.
ground.
Yeah.
And that's not something we're used to.
I mean, they
Right?
have marshals, trained marshals, that, but I don't think they get it 100% right. But if you can survive it,
And she
you're
got
good.
no in the 20K last night. She got
got no red
no
card.
cards at all.
None.
Right? so even in the last day, I think she just jumped the last step because she's like, you can't beat me. What you gonna do? I mean, Mondo the Plantis is my number 2.
Okay.
Because Mondo, if you take your sailboat and line down on the ground and you multiply your sailboat by 3 and say jump over that.
He's gonna jump over it.
Him jump over that and left
left.
change. That is what Mondo the Plantis did on in the week this week.
Right.
That's crazy. That's
Wow.
crazy. Anybody ever see? D major is like it's like lining 3 of you on top of each other.
Yeah,
You are a
yeah.
tall person. You
More
ask what I'm
than.
saying?
I don't remember what is it like 20 feet or something like that?
Yes.
It's something like
It's
so
20 feet
I
plus
play
is not
basketball.
bad.
I play basketball. I have to really jump, really put in effort to touch the rim. Now
Right.
the rim is 10 feet.
And he did twice.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
But Sydney, for all the reasons you said, left the 400-meter hurdles
That is what
and
Trump
came
is.
over to the 400,
Yes.
right? At a time when NASA was coming back with vengeance, at a time when
Paulina
Paulina
is in
wanted
the
to
shape
stake
of
her
her
claim,
life.
No.
right?
Tell me
And
another
came back
lady.
and said, look here, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you're doing, I'm going to win. And one of the things that's particularly pleasing for me with City McLaughlin Nervoni is that she is a devout Christian.
Yep.
I'm
Yes,
a
yes,
big up
yes, yes.
everywhere I go.
Big that up
Big
on
her
our
up.
pastor husband.
Yeah,
Big her up. No,
because
no. If you can remember, you can send me the link. Which other woman has run 47.9 and not win?
in the link,
That is Paulino.
yeah, there's
All
nobody
right.
else
So,
in the
so this is the
world.
quality of the race.
I don't even know how many people run 47.
It's in them
I think
lifetime.
there's
How many
only 4 people
champions?
now have ever run 47
47?
as a woman.
Look at the career Sana Richards had. She didn't ever run 47.
Right?
And what 40? It was a 48.06.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
American record.
Jamaica's national record was faster than it.
Yeah.
Sydney cruised
And
the
run
national
48 too.
record in
That
the
is when I
70s.
know she was going to win.
Yep, yep, yep.
So you call her an alien because she's not from here. She
No,
belongs to
clearly.
I mean,
she
she's
belongs to
not
the
no. So
citizens of heaven,
Yeah,
don't
man.
feel
and
like
I am
I'm
claiming
abusing
her.
now.
Yeah, man.
So big up
I
yourself,
always
Sydney.
giving her. I always gave her that title. For me,
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
man.
4 hurdles, like the times that she run so effortless, is unheard of, man.
And if you follow the math of the four hurdles, whatever you run in the 4 hurdles, you take
Yeah.
off 2 to 3 seconds from that, and that's
Thank
the
you.
range for your 400.
Okay.
So if
And
she's running
she's
50 points in the 4 hurdles, her range is 47, and that is
exactly.
crazy.
So she can probably run the hurdles and beat most flat 400 ladies.
She has.
She has.
Just let's look at it. Most of the people outside of the finals
Yeah.
and the ninth place person,
Yeah.
right? Everybody else
It's 50
is
odd.
50 odd.
So she's
Right.
running over hurdles and beating them?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Boy.
So hence the title, Alien.
Why? Let me tell you, this has been one fantastic show talking about the World Championships. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me.
No problem.
Maybe we can do this next week again. Let's see what happens tomorrow, and let's see if anything is worthwhile talking about.
Yeah, but definitely we can do a relay recap.
Yeah, let's do a relay reason, because I want to see if America is going to make that 4x4. What's going to happen? I
America.
know they're going to bring in Sydney tomorrow, and I don't know.
Let's forget about that. We're trying to make the podium. We're not trying to beat
It's the world record. I think they're going to go after. I think they're going after the world record. Both Botswana and USA for the 4x4. And I think USA thinks that they have a chance at the 4x1 women's record as well. So let's see about that. May I know if they have time for that. But anyways, we want the queen to go out at a high. So that's the gold medal I'm hoping that we will get tomorrow.
Right.
Right. This has been Sports Talk right here on the Family Station. D Major Dane, thank you so much for passing through. We're way over the time, but we do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. or in special instances like this 2:15. Have a great Saturday, everybody, and we're returning to the gospel train. Alrighty.